What if I told you that you can boost your strength gains with just one change to your training? Don't worry, it's actually super simple and perfectly legal. Let's talk about it. There's no doubt that based on the good old principle of specificity, if we want to lift heavy, we gotta train heavy. However, there are many things we can adjust around lifting heavy that can also help, like adjusting our sets and reps, our lifting technique, or adjusting our hair in the mirror so it looks good between sets. All of these are very important factors for strength development. And then there's also one factor that may be just as important as your hair and been getting plenty of research supporting its benefits. And that factor is how fast we lift. According to the science nerds, it might be in our best interest to lift faster. That's right, compared to traditional training methods like lifting a fixed number of reps and sets for a percentage of your 1RM, focusing on lifting higher velocities instead has shown to, at the very least, provide similar strength gains and at times, like in a 2020 study, even better strength gains. Now, if you're currently training with intentionally slower reps, like how some influencers recommend to increase time under tension, then you might be even further behind. A 2014 study showed that lifting at max velocity almost doubled the strength gains compared to lifting intentionally slower reps with 60% higher time under tension. But perhaps the biggest advantage with lifting faster doesn't come from strength gains directly. In many of these velocity-based studies, lifting faster does increase strength, but more importantly, it does so with less training volume. Less volume means less fatigue, which is huge in strength and muscle development and how we program our training. It also basically means you can do less work for more gains. So overall, lifting faster, pretty solid, I'd say. As for why faster is better, the nerds are still figuring things out. It might have to do with force production. Moving a mass faster means more force. More force means more muscle stimulation. It can also be neuromuscular synchronicity of motor units during high velocity contractions. In other words, when we lift fast, we're strengthening the connection between the brain and the muscle to contract more effectively. Finally, let's talk about exactly how to lift faster. It doesn't just straight up mean do faster reps. The eccentric portion of the lift actually stays relatively the same, usually taking 2 to 3 seconds. Where we want to lift faster is during the concentrics. To keep things simple, the very first concentric rep of a lift should take only between a half or a full second to complete, depending on the travel distance of the lift. Now, in order to avoid fatigue, we're going to have to stop our sets once we start slowing down by even just a little bit. We're talking about going from 1 second to 1.25 seconds for a rep. Maybe going from something like 1 to 1.4 seconds is okay, but fatigue will become a bigger issue. Recording your lifts can help you understand this timing a bit better. As far as weights goes, ideally, you want to pick the heaviest weights you can safely lift at this faster rate. Adjust the weights between sets if you need to. Generally, at this velocity, we're looking at lifting around 75 to 85% of your 1 rep max. Pretty heavy still, but not too heavy. Which actually brings us to our final point. Again, to lift heavy, we have to train heavy. And there's plenty of extra heavy after 85% 1RM, which are loads we definitely can't lift fast. So it's a good idea to train fast, but also still cycle between good old 1RM% based training with very heavy weights where you will lift a bit slower. If you've been training primarily with slower reps, I bet you're gonna see some good improvements once you switch to faster reps. Personally, I've always been a fan of faster concentric reps. It just feels better. I definitely do feel stronger doing them, and for some reason, people stare at me more when I pump fast and hard. Totally worth it. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a fast thumbs up and share it with your strength-loving friends. Subscribe and let me know what you think about faster reps in the comments. As always, thank you for watching, and don't forget to get your protein.